Okay, students, all of you, welcome to Vijchem channel. Now, on the great request of our old students, old subscribers, we have started a new series. We have now started a new course which is required for the 10th passed students. Okay, and it can also be used for current 11th and 12th class students and also NEET droppers and IIT droppers or repeaters batch. Okay, so right from today we are going to start from the very basics of the chemistry, at which chem we strive for the free study and quality study. Without losing the quality, we wanted to give the chemistry education to the all of you. Okay, so what? Why which chem? Why not others? That's what you have to check. Why which chem? That is because it is highly responsive channel. You may see many times I reply to my queries raised by the students, whichever are genuine in my most of the time you will find my reply immediately. I will motivate them. Okay. And second thing, all of my lectures are 100% in English. Why English? What is the advantage of English? That is because the questions you are going to face in the entrance examination are in English only. And it's most of the time I will tell you the importance of the term. Okay. And it in English does not mean that you will not be able to understand. I use a simple English language so that the concept should be clear to you. Okay. And there should not be any problem in solving the questions. Is it understood? So that makes the Vidchem channel different from the others. Others use mixed language with the regional language, mixed language with the national language like that. But here we are explaining everything, everything only in English. Okay, so it is going to be benefited to you when you go through the examination question and unsuccessful if you go to the abroad and everywhere nowadays English speaking will be made as a habit. When you go through our video lecture, that English speaking, English learning also will come automatically. Okay, so I urge all of you to request you all of you to inform to your friends, relatives, and all needy students to follow my channel from now onwards so that they can be benefited. They can be, it can be add on, it can be complete also. You can completely depend on. We are starting a new course for the 11th class, our first year. Okay. So as a first year and first lecture, we are starting with the atomic structure. We are starting with the atomic structure. Okay. So in the atomic structure, we are starting with the lecture one, where we will start from the very fundamental basics, and we will reach up to the quality of question will be in the current patterns of examination. Okay. So how the students are making mistake, what the misinterpretation made by the students, that also I'm going to tell you while solving the numerical sessions or question session. Okay, so let's start with I expect everybody to be with pen and paper and with the sincerity to be continued from the starting of the lecture to the ending of the lecture. Okay, so one thing is you should make sure that it is not entertaining channel. It is only make you to successful in your life. So for that success you have to work hard and work smart also. Okay, so stay tuned and stay with me and inform to your friends. Let's start with the atomic structure lecture 1. Okay, so the fundamental particles of atom. What is the first topic? Fundamental particles of atom. Okay, so you may think that these are very basics, but what are the basics and how you should start, that I am going to tell you. Okay, so every atom except one is made up of the fundamental particle. Who is that except one? Hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen contains only two fundamental particles. Rest all will contain three fundamental particle. Who is that fundamental particle missing in the hydrogen? That is none other than the neutron. Okay, So there are three fundamental particles in all atom. Is it correct statement or wrong? It is wrong because hydrogen does not contain three fundamental particles. Okay. Now let us study. That is what the very minute concept also explained as per the examination pattern question. That is the main advantage over here. Okay. So electron symbol E, proton symbol P, neutron symbol N, and charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs and nil. Okay. So this both charges same, only thing is sign is opposite. Now coming to the mass, 9.1 into 10 to the power 9.109 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. Okay, so here 1.67262 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg, 1.67493 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Okay, you need not to mug up all these values. At least electron mass everybody should know. Okay, and here you have to compare. See, among the proton and neutron also there is a difference in mass. Normally we will take both them as a one mass only, one unit. It is called as a comparative relative mass. Relative mass of the neutron and proton, we will take it as the same, but they are not exactly same. So which is going to have higher value? Neutron is going to have higher value. Up to here, up to 2 decimal place, it is same. Then third decimal place, if you see 262 and it is 493. So there is a difference. Neutron is heavier than the proton, accurately compared. Okay. And it is also proved like this also. Okay. And one more thing you have to see, if the charge on electron, simply don't write this one. Okay. If it is absolute charge of electron, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, relative charge of electron, it is minus 1 and it is plus 1. So charge of electron is not always 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. If it is absolute only, then you write it as a 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Okay. Otherwise, relatively, both are having same charge. That's why it is plus 1 and minus 1. Plus 1 is for proton and minus 1 is for electron. Okay. Similarly, this is absolute mass. Okay. This is the AMU mass. Understood? So AMU mass, normally electron mass is taken as 0, but exactly it is not 0. Okay. Approximately 0. Here it is a mass of proton, it is a mass of the neutron. Like that, these are the some fundamental particle and their characteristic we need to use in our future studies. All of you understood now? So make a note of it. I will expect all of you to write with your own handwritten notes. If not, then you take a screenshot or you pause it and write it. Okay. Then we are going to the next segment. Be with me. Okay, now we are into the very first topic, J.J. Thomson, atomic models. After studying the fundamental particles, how they are discovered and what are the fundamental atomic models, where from it is started, we are going to start. Okay. The first model is given by J.J. Thomson. It is called as a plum pudding model. Okay. So like this is a entire atom. Okay. According to him, this paste, the paste of the color is positive charge. Positive charge is uniformly distributed over the spherical atom. Okay. Atom is which shape? Spherical shape. Okay. In the spherical shape of the atom, the positive charge is uniformly spread all over it. Okay. And electrons are embedded in such a place that the net attraction force and net repulsion force, net attraction force by the positive charge, net repulsion force by the negative charge, both are same, so that it can be stably placed over there. Understood? So this is called as a J.J. Thomson plum pudding model. But its drawback is it could not explain the experimental results of the alpha ray scattering experiment. experimental results of the alpha ray scattering experiment by the Rutherford. Okay, according to Rutherford, when alpha rays are sent over the metal sheet which contain at, okay, so according to him, it is completely positive charge. So alpha rays are also positively charged. Okay, alpha rays are also positively charged. So they should be repelled back. They should be repelled back because this is positive. This entire atom is positive. But alpha ray scattering experiment shown that most of the rays are passing through the atom without any deflection. Okay, so the only drawback, the main drawback came from the Rutherford experiment. Okay, so that's from then J.J. Thomson failed. Okay, then after the J.J. Thomson failure, then the new model is given by Rutherford. New model is given by Rutherford. Okay, so Rutherford atomic model. Rutherford atomic model. Rutherford atomic model is about the specially nucleus and supporting to his own experimental result. Okay, so according to his experiment, most of the rays are going undeflected. So then he said that the atom is very big as compared to the positive charge. So this is positive charge is concentrated inside the atom in a small place. Okay, so that when he said that most of the alpha rays are passing through the atom undeflected, okay, and very few rays are deflected with some deflection, and very few rays are deflected with large deflection, and very few rays are deflected are bouncing back. Okay, what they're doing, bouncing back. Three types of deflection: deflection with small angles, deflection with large angles, and bouncing back. Okay, so out of most 95% of the rays are going undeflected. Okay, so his experimental own results are utilized in his model. Understood? Now electrons are revolving around it, being small atoms, sorry, being small particles, they cannot deflect the huge alpha particle. Is it understood? So this is the postulates of the Rutherford theory. But still, even though it is successful, it could not explain the spectra, atomic spectra, and stability of nucleus. Okay, stability of, sorry, not nucleus, stability of atom. According to him, electrons are continuously revolving around the nucleus. Okay, so once they are revolving around the nucleus, they will consume energy. So once they consume energy, what they should get, they should lose the speed and they should go and join into the nucleus. Once electron negatively charged and positively charged proton combine together, it is going to be a big zero. That means atom should not be stable, but atoms are stable. So that stability of atom could not be explained by Rutherford. Okay. So because of that, Rutherford theory also failed. So for that, Bohr theory came. Okay, what is the Bohr theory? Before that, we should have some terminology which we are going to utilize in the atomic structures. Okay, in the atomic structure, whatever the terms which we are going to use and the definition we are going to study. Is it understood? So in the very first, what I am going to teach you is what is atomic number. Okay, what is atomic number? You may think that what is atomic number, that is very basic thing, even 8th class 9th class students also knows that, but your understanding level is not up to the current examination pattern. Okay, so that I will prove you by giving you a good number of questions. Understood? So what is atomic number, what is mass number? Slowly I will improve the level. Okay, this most of them know. Okay, and most of them also know what are isotopes. Okay, and most of them also know what are isobar. Okay, most of them, very few of them may not know isotones. Okay, and very few of them may not know isoster, and few of them may not know isodiaphers. Okay, so isodiaphers. These are all I am going to cover because these are the terms we are going to utilize in the entire atomic structure chapter. Until unless you don't know all of them, you will not be able to score good. Okay, so from the everybody, the thing which is known to everybody to the thing which is known to very few, we are going to cover from the basic level to advanced level. Okay, so that's why I request all of you to stay with me till last, and these terms are taken very easily, but the question framing is such that you will not be able to solve that question. Procedure of using this definition is very, very important. Okay, so atomic number is equal to, everybody know that, number of protons. Okay, it can be taken in any. Otherwise, number of electrons. Okay, but this definition is applicable in neutral state only. Okay, in neutral state only. This is applicable. Let it be in ionic state, let it be in neutral state, but it is applicable only in neutral state. If it is a negative ion, electron will be more than the atomic number. If it is a positive ion, electron will be less than the atomic number. How that is based on these two sentences only, sometimes questions are framed. I'm going to give you some model questions, and I'm going to give you some questions whether you understood or not. Okay, so this is according to this definition, it is applicable only for neutral. For ions, what we should do, if it is a negative ion, number of electron will be more than the atomic number. If it is a positive ion, number of electron will be less than the atomic number. Okay, so that sentence, and based on that sentence, how the questions are framed, that we'll going to discuss. Okay, mass number. Mass number is very simple. Number of protons. Okay, number of proton plus number of neutron. Okay, sum of the nucleons, both are generally called as a proton plus neutron is generally called as nucleons. Okay, sum of the number of nucleons is called as a mass number. Mass number is denoted by A, atomic number denoted by Z. Okay, so if it is a symbol, atomic number written here, mass number written here. Okay, if any charge is there, that will be written over here. Is it understood? So this, from the very basic definition, I will give you the very basic question. Okay, are you ready? So when I give you a question, you pause, note down the question, you pause it and try it. If you are able to do it, whether it is correct or not, then forward it and then you check with your answer. Okay, if by mistake it is correct, then you are successful. If by mistake it is not correct, then come back and read that question with the explanation. Okay, sometimes you may be able to solve, but while explaining I may give you some important points also, so better to go through the video solution also along with your correct answer. Okay, so are you ready for the first question based on this? Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start with the first question. An element with mass number 81 contains 31.7% more neutron as compared to the proton. Assign the symbol. The question, is it understood? If you think that you can do it, then you should give a try. Then you can cross check with my video solution. Pause it, solve it, check it. If you find wrong answer, then cross check. If you find correct answer, then also cross check whether any new point is given or not. Okay, let's start. Now the solution I am going to give you. Okay, so here An element, that means it is a neutral. What it is? It is a neutral. If it is a neutral, we can take number of electron is equal to number of proton is equal to atomic number. Okay, mass number is equal to 81, that is number of proton plus number of neutron is equal to 81. So mass 31.7% more neutron as compared to proton. That means whatever we want, you take it as a x. Okay. So let number of proton as x. Okay. Then what it will become? Number of neutrons will be x plus x into 31.7 by 100. X plus x into 31.7 by 100. Is it understood, students? So if I take comma, x common, then it will be 100, 131.7 by 100. Is it understood, students? Okay. Now, number of proton plus number of neutron is equal to how much it is? How much it is? Equal to 81. Okay. So mass number is equal to x plus x into 131.7 by 100. Is it understood, students? But mass number is given as 81. So 81, it will be 231.7 by 100 into x. Okay, 231. So here on simplifying x value you will get as 34.95. How much you will get? 34.95. So you can take it as 35. Okay. And hold on, it is not the final answer. Okay. So we have to assign the symbol. So if you know the atomic number of 31 is bromine, then well and good. Otherwise, don't worry. X you can write. Okay. But accurate answer is what? Bromine. Bromine is atomic number 35 and mass number already given as 81. Okay. So this is an element, so no charge. This is the symbol of element. Okay. Is it understood, students? Like, see here, anything advanced level is used. Simple basic formulas only used. Mass number is equal to number of proton plus number of neutrons. Like that, don't neglect anything in your life. Today you neglect because it is small, that may be big someday and it may be affecting your entire life. Okay. Okay, here is another question. Somewhat level increased. Okay. An ion with mass number 37. So earlier we used the atom. Now more complicated, little more complicated. An ion with mass number 37 possesses 1 unit of negative charge. This is an anion. Okay. The ion contains 11%, 11.1% more neutron than electron. Just now I told you this I am going to use in ion, electrons and atomic number relation. That is going to be utilized here. So every sentence you have to be very careful. Okay. Then only you will be cracking the all examinations. Is it understood? So let us start with the answer. Okay. So better to mass number, that is A is equal to what? 37. A is equal to what? 37. And an ion contains 11.1% more neutron than electron. So whatever than is given, better to take. Let number of electron is equal to X. Okay. Then number of proton will be how much? X minus 1. Okay. So if you feel that you can do it, then give it a try. Pause it here itself. Try yourself. Then check with my answer. Okay. So X minus 1. Then number of, I will write it here. number of neutron. Okay, number of neutron is equal to x plus 11.1% of x. X plus 11.1% of x. Okay, so now 37 is equal to x minus 1. 37 is equal to what? X minus 1. Number of proton will be x minus 1 plus x plus 11.1 x by 100 is equal to 37. Okay. So number of proton plus number of neutron is equal to mass number. Okay. Simplify. Can you simplify or not? So if you simplify it properly, you will get x as 18. What is x? X as 18. Now the main problem is that people are overwhelmed. They will start celebrating their success. That is very dangerous. Okay. So here x is 18. So that means atomic number is how much? 17. So 17 and 17, most of the students should know that it is a chlorine. Okay. Mass number is 37, 1 unit of negative charge. This is the symbol. Is it understood, students? So like this is the ion question. Okay. So neutral question also I have given and solved, and ion question also I have given. So you all people will request me that you wanted one more model question. I am going to give you a question. Okay, but it is going to be somewhat changed. Instead of negative charge, I am going to give you a question with positive charge. Are you ready? Okay, we are in the next question, question number 3. An ion with mass number 56 contain 3 units of positive charge. All model okay. Neutral atom I have given you, negative atom, negative ion I have given you, and positive ion also given to you. Okay. So all model will be covered. That is the advantage of staying with Whichchem. Understood? So you give a try, and you will try succeed. Okay? And whether it is correct or not, if it is correct, then uh, you should celebrate or not. Okay? If it is wrong, then you should celebrate what you should do. Everything you will find in the description. Okay, so see for the description, then you will come to know whether this question is correct or not, and if it is, how to confirm. Everything will be given to you in the description link. Description will be explained what is the procedure to get the correct answer of this. Okay, so check with description and check with your answers. So this question is a work assigned to you. Okay, whatever I promised you, we are in the first two terms only we have studied. We are into the third term, isotopes. Okay. So as you know about it, so I will not take much time, and stay with me till last, till you study about the isodiaphers. Okay. So isotopes are atoms of same element with same atomic number but different mass number. Okay, like hydrogen is they are all elements of hydrogen only, and their all atomic number is 111, but their mass number is different. One H here, one mass number, two mass number, three mass number. Why their mass number is different? They differ due to the difference in number of neutrons. Isotopes differ in mass number due to difference in number of neutrons. Is it understood, students? This is about the isotopes. Okay, next isobars. Atoms of different element with different atomic number but same mass number are called as isobar. Okay, like elements are different, carbon and nitrogen, atomic number different, but mass number is same. Okay, so they will have different protons, different neutrons, and everything different. Only thing same is just what is that mass number. Okay, that is the isobars. Okay, next we are on to the isotones, atoms of different element that contain different number of neutrons, and they different. sorry, atoms of different element that contain same number of neutrons. Okay, so they differ in atomic number and mass number. See, these are the three different element. Their atomic numbers also different, mass numbers also different. Okay, but when you calculate the number of neutron is mass number minus atomic number. So 14 minus 6, it is 8. 5 minus 7, 8. 16 minus 8, 8. So number of neutrons are same. Okay, what are same? Number of neutrons. Atoms of different element that contain same number of neutron are called as isotones. Okay. Next, coming to the isosters. Okay, isosters are molecules. Isosters are molecules having same number of atoms. Same number of what? Atoms and electrons. Once electrons are same, most probably structure also will be same. Molecules having same number of atoms and same number of electron, like carbon monoxide 6 plus 8, how much it is? 14. And N2 7 into 2, this is also 14. So number of electrons are same, number of atoms are also same. Isosters are molecule having same number of atoms and same number of electrons are called as isosters. Okay. Okay, next isoelectronic species. Isoelectronic species are ions or atoms having same number of electrons. Like nitrogen got 7 electrons. When I give it 3 minus, it will contain 10 electrons. Oxygen 8 electrons, 2 minus 10 electrons. Fluorine 9 electrons, 1 minus 10 electron. Neon, okay, now 10 electrons. Okay, then after that, if I start with positive, I have to remove them. Sodium 11 electron minus 1 electron, 10. Magnesium 12 electron minus 2 electron. Plus charge means minus electron. Okay, same way aluminium plus 3. So these are all will have same number of 10 electron. Okay, so in them the question will be increasing order of size, decreasing order of size. Okay, so smallest will be aluminium 3 positive, aluminium less than, magnesium less than, okay, sodium positive less than, then neon less than, F minus, likewise. This all because of, after to the neon, what will be this? F minus, then it will be O2 minus, at the last it will be N3 minus. Okay, so 10 electrons are there, but controlling protons are 7 only. 10 electrons are there, pulling protons, inside pulling protons are 13. So attraction force over the 10 electron will be more, hence size will be least. Is it understood? Okay, next most expected, isodiaphers. Okay, isodiaphers are species having same isotopic excess mass. What is isotopic excess mass? Mass number minus 2 into atomic number. Let us take iron 26, mass number 56. Let us take chromium, atomic number 24, mass number 52. So atomic mass 56 minus 2 into 26, that is 52. 56 minus 52, it is going to be 4. Likewise 52 minus 2 into 24, 48. So it is also giving excess mass 4, excess mass 4. So both have same isotopic excess mass. They are all called as isodiaphers. I hope you have understood it well and rock it, and continue to subscribe, inform to your friends, be with me, be a winner in your life, which can congratulates you to be a part of the winning team. Okay, bye bye.